Hi, everyone. Welcome to Friday Night Live number 55 with my guest, Joe of Garden State Gardener.
Hi, everyone. Hello.
Hi, Valerie and Brenda. Welcome in. How are y'all today?
It's good to see you guys.
And hopefully, if you are here with us currently, please leave us a comment. Let us know that you're here. And if you are watching on replay, thank you so much. Please leave me a comment and let me know what you're working on. And we also have Dragon Cat. Welcome in, Cat.
How you doing, Cat?
So how was your day today, Joe?
I tell you, in my office where I'm working, it's like one side's cold, one side's hot. So my side was 85 degrees all day. The other side is like 68. It's just the way the sun goes, the air conditioning goes. So I'm at work. People come in my office because they're helping me out. Like, oh my God, it's hot in here. I go, yeah, it's very hot. And you just today I just wanted to get out of there. I was exhausted, tired, hot, bothered. I have to get stuff to doctors. So it's like I have to be in a rush. And it's like, it's Friday. So my day was, I'm just happy I'm out of there. That's all. How you doing, Dee?
Yeah. Hi, Dee. Needle and Hook Boro. Welcome in. How are you?
So what's the temperature out there in Texas?
I think it was around 100 today, but I think we're fixing to get some storms coming in. But it actually cooled off to 80. So That's nice.
Oh, that's a relief. It's rained once here in 6 weeks. So ever since I got injured, it hasn't rained. It rained like a drizzle. So I haven't gone out to the garden. I'm afraid to go out to the garden because everything has to be totally burnt out. It has to be totally animal ridden. And it's like, I wonder what's actually out there. My niece and my sister-in-law went out there a little bit. And they got some zucchinis and stuff like that. But nothing like, okay, where's the tomatoes? Where's this? Where's that? And I have no idea what's out there. Hopefully next week I could stroll out there and pick some vegetables, but we'll see. If we don't have any more rain, it's going to be I don't think anything grew because there's no rain. But we'll find out.
Yeah. Valerie says I would be melting.
Every year is different in a garden with bugs or heat or whatever. So it's funny because I see a lot of new gardeners and they're like, hey, if I had the best garden ever, I'm going to do the same exact thing. And they expect the same thing to happen. Next year comes, new bugs, different kind of weather, something's always different. You're your own scientist in a garden. And so it's like, I'm like, oh, I thought I did this. I thought I did this right. I thought I did this right. No, every year is different. You could be gardening for 20, 30 years. It doesn't matter. You're still learning. You're just hopefully you're watching YouTube and something rubs off on you. You're like, oh, that's right. Somebody said this or somebody said that. And kind of works out for them. People need to listen, Crystal. People need to listen.
Kat says it feels around 104 there today. Brenda says 90 here in New Hampshire right now. Wow.
Yeah. And in 3 more months, it'll be like freezing out there in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Take the heat when you can get it because nobody wants to go out in 30-degree weather.
Oh, that's true.
And New Hampshire, I tell you what, they get some ice storms up there now. Bad weather. They get the systems coming from, Texas and Florida coming up north. If it's inland, they're getting ice and yuck and big ice storms. I can't even imagine driving ice up in those mountains and stuff. That's crazy.
The 1 year that we had that huge snowstorm come in, we are not used to that kind of weather at all. And it was in the teens. It was maybe 20 during the day. I mean, we don't get that kind of, I mean, the snow stuck around for like a week almost. We're not used to that.
Now, didn't a lot of pipes bust and stuff like that? Because everything was frozen, right? So a lot of pipes were busting.
Well, ours didn't.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Oh, Kat says that's including the heat index for her. I mean, that's sometimes excluding our heat index. We'll have 104, and then with the heat index, it feels like 109. So, hey, Anita, welcome in.
Hi, Anita.
I'm doing pretty good.
You know, I'm okay with the heat. Heat doesn't really. When I used to wrestle in high school, I would weigh 225 pounds in football season. That was at 14% body fat. I was really muscular. And then I would drop down to 185 in 1 month. And so the only thing I wore was plastics, you know, just trying to get the water out of your body. And I would drop down to 185, 188, depending on whatever the weight was to get down, and try to make it in a month. So I would run 4 miles in the morning, 10 miles at night, and also go through practice. And the only thing I ate was I had a salad and I had chicken and grapefruit, because the grapefruit diet was back in there. Everybody goes, eat grapefruit, you lose weight. So I'll be eating grapefruit, you know. And so when it comes down to the heat, it doesn't affect me too much. I'm kind of crazy like that.
Well, you're lucky, because here it's very hot, very humid. You almost can't stand being outside longer than 5-10 minutes. It's like, I need to go in.
Yeah, definitely. Anita, it's not the knee, it was my Achilles tendon. So I had, it was a tear in my Achilles tendon. And so I have a nice cut like this big, and they repaired it. I'm recovering. I'm in a boot now. I can stand I can't walk yet, but I can stand. That's an achievement. And I'm going to gradually move ahead. I'll start rehab at the end of next week, where I can move my toes. And from the toes, I go to stretching it a little more. Because what happens is they keep your ankle at a certain level after surgery. So your tendon, it's not a full tendon. It's only a part of it. And so it heals up. So after it heals up, you want to gradually get it extended again. So that's the reason why you do all the stretching and things to your ankle, Achilles tendon. And some people do really well, and a lot of people, for an athlete, say it's career-ending injury. But some people make it through. All Achilles injuries are different for each person. But I'm not running anywhere anymore, so I'm just rehab and garden and try to get life to be back normal. That's about it.
Anita says, just got some pickles and chow chow started processing. I'm tired.
That sounds...
Well, I bet that's going to be some good pickles.
Welcome in Lulu's Treasure Trove.
Andy, welcome in. How are you doing? Well, I have, what did I get? 4, I think 5 cucumbers. And I've only got to black out a little. Only got to measure 2 of them so far, because a lot of the other 3 were smaller. But I think I'm going to make pickle relish out of mine. So
You know, I like cucumbers with your onions and peppers, and you put some vinegar and mayo and salt and pepper. You put that all together. Oh, the blended is so good. Everybody loves that. Every time I do that simple recipe, everybody's like devours it, and I'm like, I don't like it. I tell you the truth. A little bit maybe the first time, but not all the time. I'd rather have that all of vegetable cucumbers, onions, peppers, and things like that, and put it in robusto Italian seasoning. I like that so much better. And it just blends in after a couple hours. Everything just blends in so good. That's what I love about cucumbers, my little salads I make. Welcome in, Case Crochet Haven. Welcome in, Chris.
Brenda says my grandson had surgery about a week ago. Motorcycle accident, broke his fibula and tibia. Has rod and pins. Oh.
Oh, Brenda, that's rough. Well, thank you, Valerie, for the super sticker.
Oh, thank you. Hold on. Let me find my video. Let me see. Where's... I always forget where it's at, and I got to go and hunt for it. There we go.
You know, what's funny is I have catnip around the corner, right around the corner from my house. I have no idea how I even got it there. I have no idea. It just like found itself there. And so a lady was talking about her cat today, and I'm like, "Hey, do you want some catnip for your cat?" And she was like, "Catnip? What do you know about catnip?" I go, "Well, you know something I know." And then she goes, "Yeah, if you want to give me some, go ahead." I said, "Yeah, you just put all that stuff together, get a little crochet wrap, give it to the cat, and the cat will be so happy. It'll be so joyful. Just don't give the catnip a roll around in it, because then it's going to be like, when a cat has catnip, it's like heroin, and they completely go nuts. The whole house would be wrecked, and stuff like that. You don't want that to happen. But I have like a whole bushel, like huge plants right outside my door over here. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
My cat Oreo has a banana, like a cloth banana that has catnip in it. She goes crazy over playing with that thing.
There you go.
Welcome in, Sally. And I saw somebody else. Jeannie.
Hi, Sally and Jeannie.
Dee says, I love growing tomatoes, fried green tomatoes.
You know, there's so many different types of tomatoes out there. It is crazy. Before I got hurt, I had 300 tomato plants of 300 different kinds. I only got to plant 40. But my goal this year was to plant 300 different types of tomatoes, tomatoes from all over the world. And I think that's the one thing I get mad. It's not about peppers or what I'm growing. This year, I wanted to grow all those tomatoes to see and take notes on it and do research and get it out there and see what's plants are. Well, I'll never grow this again. To other plants like vintage wine. Vintage wine tomato is one of the best tomatoes, I believe. It's like super sweet. It's perfect for a tomato sandwich. And the colors of a vintage wine are absolutely amazing. You know, something like that nobody heard about. You know, vintage wine, we'll have some wine with it too. And that's one thing I was really wanting to do this year, is grow all those kind of tomatoes. And, failed, but it happens.
Well, I say this almost all the time. I never knew there were so many varieties of tomatoes and peppers and different kinds of green beans and all that. I never knew how many varieties there were of everything until I found your channel.
Oh, that's great.
So I have learned a lot from you doing those flip throughs of the magazines, of the catalogs, the seed catalogs. Like, I had never known there was that many variety of tomatoes, or I knew there was different peppers, like, but I never knew anything about super, super hot peppers. And it's very interesting. And I've learned a lot from you. So.
Oh, thank you. You know what, with those hot peppers, I can't eat hot peppers. I tried, burnt my mouth off, tried to taste it. It was too hot. You couldn't get any taste on it. Then all of a sudden, with the powder thing, it just totally blew me away. Crystal, this is something that's not out there yet. We could have our own restaurant, start this business. The taste of those hot pepper powders are absolutely amazing. And, you know, you're not sprinkling on like that and putting tons of it on. You just gauge your heat level. And it is so good. I mean, who thought a hot pepper could have a fruity flavor? You know, and that kind of thing. Yeah. You don't. But by dehydrating and just putting a little at a time, you know, if I have pizza, I gotta have hot pepper powder on it. And I just kind of gauge it. And for those that like something like that, this is a boot jalopia. I don't get heartburn. I don't get anything. I just be careful. Well, one time when I first got hurt and I was on pain medicine, I had pizza, and instead of just tapping it, I went like this, take the top off, poured it, and I'm like, no, don't do that.
Oh my God.
And I tried to dust it off, and I got to it, and I'm like, oh, it was so hot. I was like, I didn't want to throw away the pizza.
Yeah.
There's another one. So I put them in little salt shakers. Where's the name? I can't even see it. They'll have it upside down. Yeah,
I think it is upside down.
I don't know. It's a Moruga scorpion, yellow Moruga scorpion. But if you have this and have the pepper and grow it, you're not going to eat it. And if you could eat it, you're a real pepperhead. You're like Debra, you know. You know, there's no way I could do that. But by dehydrating the powder, so good, so sweet.
Yeah.
So,
I had gotten that. I'm trying to think of the one you sent me, some of the pepper powder, and I can't remember. I think it was Scotch bonnet.
Yeah,
I put a tiny bit on my eggs, and it was some hot stuff.
Yeah, Scotch bonnet is a very hot pepper, and I like the Scotch bonnet, but it's something like I would not. That's according to this hot pepper people, it's a really hot pepper, but it's definitely not the hottest pepper. But they grow really cool. Oh yeah, they really grow really cool, and I like the yellow Scotch bonnet. You have yellow and red, and yeah, you just got to gauge it. You got to be careful. Eggs. Every time I put peppers in eggs, it was just a little too hot for me. Powder, no. But the regular hot peppers, you just got to gauge what your level is. That's all. I would rather just have jalapenos in my eggs if I do a hot pepper. I do love sweet peppers in my eggs. That's my go-to. Eggs and onions. There we go. Let's see who else.
Well, when I do fried eggs, I put what is it? Tajin seasoning, and then I use Sweet Baby Ray's hot sauce.
Oh, okay.
I cut both sides in hot sauce. So I'm used to a little bit of heat, but nothing compared to that Scotch bonnet heat.
Let's see what we got. Somebody just came in. Melanie Jones. Welcome in, Melanie.
We have Laura Lee, also Melanie Jones, Dinky Crafts Jennifer, Diane, Coffee Angel Craft, I can't remember her name, Sally Horner. I believe that's everybody that's new. Oh, Katrina. Yeah.
And there's Melanie. D.
And the phone's ringing.
I tell you what, Chris, I'm so hooked on those hot peppers, though. I am so super hooked on growing them, knowing more about them. I know a lot, but now I like, it's like a plan. I know exactly what I want to grow in my garden each year. And I never could say that before. Except for tomatoes. I'm still going to grow tons of tomatoes. So we'll figure that out next year.
I'm already planning on what I'm going to do next year, too.
The other thing I know is the broccoli I had in my garden this year and the cauliflower was outstanding. And I don't know what branched off. I know my niece told me that, well, there's a lot of animal back there by the broccoli. It's everything is gone. So that's not good. But I did get a lot of broccoli ahead, so that was good.
Laura Lee says, my voice just, sorry about that. Laura Lee says, I grew cayenne peppers and used them for garden pest spray.
That is supposed to be one of the best pepper sprays you could do, is what she said. On all peppers. That doesn't have to be the hottest pepper, but for some reason they get really scared with the cayenne. Just to let everybody know. Because I always thought like the hottest would work for a spray. It's not about the hottest, it's about the smell too. So that kind of works out. I need one of those deer sprays too. Get away from my garden. Did you ever see those things that spray? You hook it up to a water hose and it detects any kind of motion. I need to hook one of those up to like hot pepper stuff. So anytime the animal comes, spray the hot pepper spray, get away. So that's pretty good. Well, I'm getting used to reading.
I guess I am not seeing what Lulu had said. Everybody's saying they're sorry. I don't know.
I missed it.
If I missed something.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got it. My baby's brother name is Ray. God rest his soul. Lost him last year. I'm so sorry, Lulu. Lulu's treasure trove. It's sad. Rest in peace.
Oh.
I know our family's been through the last 4 years. Our family's been through a lot. Between family and friends, we lost 6 people because of COVID. We had Joey going through cancer. You going through all that stuff. Yeah, life definitely hasn't been easy, but you got to try to keep on moving forward. That's for sure. Move forward.
Yeah.
And how you doing, Isla? I always mess up her name.
Hi, Isla.
I did get it right. Woo-hoo. But,
well, look how I say it. I don't know if that's how she pronounces it.
It's either Isla or Isla. Maybe I'm totally wrong. I don't know. I'll tell you one thing, Crystal, I do miss Ubering a little bit, because you really get some really good stories when you drive Uber. And you do pick up some celebrities and stuff once in a while. Because I'm in an area, I try to go in a rich section thinking I might get some tips. So, like I picked up the Housewives of New Jersey one time. And And well, they liked me until they go, you know who we are? I go, I have no idea who you are. And they go, hey, we're the Housewives of New Jersey. Have you ever watched our show? I go, no, and I had never watched it before. And also after that show, I looked at him like, oh my God, I did pick him up. But it's interesting. I picked up the right from my work, about 5 minutes away. There's another rich section, and I picked up the financial advisor of I think it was the whole world, pretty much. And I picked him up. I took pictures of it and everything. I don't know what it was, but he does everything in government finances. And I was like, I wonder if this guy's going to tip me at all. We took pictures, did this, did that, and hey, I got a $20 tip for a 5-minute ride. But
oh wow,
yeah, it's interesting when you drive Uber, the stories you get. It's kind of, I'm actually going to do a YouTube story on it. The good, the bad, and the ugly of driving Uber. Except for now,
Brenda says ground cinnamon works on varmints. They don't like the smell.
Isla said, seeds I got from me, it was growing good. Got some tomatoes. Awesome. You know, somebody mentioned it to another live the other day, and I was kind of blown away with it, is the amount of seeds I gave out to people. And they were like, you know, everybody in this chat probably has won something and has grown something from Joe. And you know how much that is worth? The amount of food and the amount of this, the amount of that, and what kind of gift that is. And I was like, yeah, I guess so. No, but I was like, it kind of really blew me away that I could help out so many people in a different kind of way. I wish I could give out money and give out other things. But to put a smile on somebody's face, I think that's so important. So if it's a crochet gift or something like that, and I know I'm going through a rough time until I go back to a second job, because all my packages are wrapped. Now I got to send them out. The seeds I get, or I usually get to send them out right away. But the packages is hard because the boxes, and right now I can't drive. So you know, posters is easy. Post the big boxes, it's a lot harder. So I'm hoping to get those out hopefully next week, because I only can make one trip. I can't make several trips, but I got them all packaged. I'm like, yes, everything, well, except for one. I got one left to package. I got one left. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, that is pretty.
But man, my house is a mess. We have my niece's Sweet 16 party coming in 3 weeks. And so right out to our outside areas, that's where I'm at in my computer room. And so I like the bathroom. See, it says when we bought the house, it was handicapped accessible, and I guess they had a little business here. So they got the male, female sign on the door right behind me in the bathroom. I don't want to take it off. Whoops. Anyway, yeah. Hey, there's your grandma. How you doing, Patricia?
Hi, Mama. Welcome in. Melanie was just asking, where's our sweet Patricia and Tammy?
Yeah, where's your ma? I tell you what, in Christmas, when you guys all, when you were all together, I thought that was great. You said it doesn't happen often when you guys are all three together doing, you know, in a picture. That was, I thought that was awesome.
I really had to ask her nicely, would you please join me and Mommy on a live? She really didn't want to, but she did. It was very nice.
I tell you what, Melanie, my office is such a mess right now. I mean, I got so much stuff piled in here. I'm used to being very organized, very organized. And I look around here and I'm like, oh my God, where's the garbage bag? I mean, it's really messy. And it's just not just from work. It's about, we were going to move 2 years ago out of this house to another area, or actually almost 2.5 years ago. And we actually bought a house. We actually just needed to finish signing the papers, and that was it. And then my son came down with cancer. So we had to make a whole change. Like, should we move? Should we not move? Should we do this? Not do this? So everything was piled up. Everything was in storage. Everything was cleaned out. And then we had to move everything back. And the house hasn't been the same since. Nothing. The way I looked at it, everything you have, you should be either in a garbage or that's it. You know, it should be in a garbage or you put it somewhere. It's not just pile up. Hey, look at that. Operation Capsaicin. Matt's here, and he is a new member of your channel.
Well, thank you so much. Now I can play my all-in-one video again. Thank you.
I tell you what, Matt, which is Operation Capsaicin, you want to talk about hot peppers, you go see him. He could have hot peppers, no problem. No face, no grimace, no nothing. I mean, I gave him some seven pot pepper blend by Pucker Butt Company. And Pucker Butt's actually a company. And he had that. I'm like, oh my God. No effect. Very hot pepper. Hot pepper. Let me see what this. It's not a Moruga scorpion. But it was 7 pot blend. It's one of the hottest pepper blends. He didn't have any effect on it. And just let you guys know, if you guys like grilling on Saturdays, Operation Capsaicin he does stuff on a grill every Saturday morning. So if you guys want to check him out, he's a great guy, really good guy.
Welcome in Joy and Huga Homestead, Miss CB.
Welcome in, CB. Oh, you see what your grandmother wrote? Think garage sale. Yes, we did think about that. Nothing ever got moved from that section when we thought about it. I mean, I don't want to even look at the garage right now. It's so piled up. It's always good to win CCB.
Well, technically, you were talking about people that get the seeds from you and knowing how many people are growing the stuff that you give them. The tomato types that I planted, the chocolate stripe, the blush tomato, my peppers, the orange habanero, the Peter peppers, and the Lesha peppers all came from you.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Now, the Lesha pepper is supposed to be one of the sweetest peppers. And I love putting that in my egg omelets. My omelets, the Lesha pepper, oh, perfect. Perfect size for one sandwich or omelet, just for yourself, you know. It's like you're not wasting a pepper. You do a bell pepper, like you got to put the other half in the refrigerator or another quarter. Lesha pepper, you just cut that up, super sweet, put it in your omelet. You know, do red or green, whatever you're going to do, and it's perfect. I love the Lesha pepper. And you said the habanero pepper is really going really well too, right? The habaneros?
Mm-hmm. They're starting to turn orange. I'm excited because I've started, I'm putting them in the freezer to save them because it's like one will ripen and then a few days later, one on the plant will start to ripen, but I don't want them to go bad. So I'm going to freeze them. And then once I have enough, I'm going to make homemade hot sauce out of them. I'm excited.
See, my plan was to make habanero whiskey sauce. That's what I really wanted to do this year, but not going back there. I tell you what, I don't think any of my pepper plants took because no rain. There's no way a pepper plant could survive 6 weeks in no rain and in the heat. But I really wanted to grow habanero whiskey hot sauce. And just taking directions off the big bottles I gave away, the big ones. I always thought that was awesome. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Matt. Thank you. Look at that.
Aw. Well, thank you. Now I get to play the video one more time. So
woohoo!
3 in 1 time. Wow. Thank you.
Oh, so for getting the contest, thank you, Matt, for doing that. That's awesome. That's also awesome of you. With the 3 contests, I did find out a winner today. I did go through do my research in the zucchini contest, and I'll come up with a video in a couple days. There was 3 that were pretty close together. I'm not going to go into that now. The suspense. But I was very happy how everything worked out with the zucchini contest. There was one person that could have cheated, and they didn't. And I really appreciate them doing video saying, I got disqualified because they grew a different kind of zucchini that was not listed. And I really appreciate that. Because, we have a really good group of people in the community. And I know from my experience of seeing a zucchini, you can really find out what kind of zucchini it is by people that are really educated on it. And if I seen that zucchini, I could have told you that's not one of the zucchinis to grow. That was not it.
Yeah.
And it's just very cool that people are, making a contest, doing it the right way. And a Peter Pepper contest. I can't wait to see your Peter Pepper. You got some time to.
I was able to show 1 so far. I have 2 in the windowsill, but I have 1 bigger than those 2, so I can't really measure those. And I think I have 7 starting to ripen. So those will be ready to pick soon.
Well, you got to remember now, it's about how long the Peter Pepper goes. So you got to have a little game plan of how much energy could go to that plant or that part of the plant.
Yeah.
And, the heavier, a lot of times you want to grow a longer pepper, you want it to hang it more instead of it on something. So just a couple pointers to the Peter Pepper. But the videos coming out, they're really funny. And, it's funny. I was researching stuff today. What did other people did a zucchini contest, and they had people in town for the zucchini contest. And they had a parade. They had a band there at the zucchini contest. They had people dressed up as zucchinis. I'm like, I'll never go that far. That's pretty a little too much for me now. Don't know why you have something like. Imagine me dressing up as a zucchini. Hey, hi everyone. How you doing? I'm Joe the Zucchini. And see me singing a song. Matt would get a really good crack out of that. Oh my God. Let's see, we got 19 people in the chat. Thank you everybody for coming.
Grandmother says, so you want to get drunk and get ulcers at the same time.
What did Lulu's treasure trove say?
That sounds delicious. The habanero whiskey sauce. Oh, you mean up?
Yes, it's my husband made. I need glasses.
The best green verde sauce with green tomatillo and green jalapeno pepper. Another green hotter pepper, which is so delicious in soups or on cooked or on cook with meat on homemade corn tortillas.
I love when your grandmother and get ulcers at the same time. I tell you what, the people I gave that habanero whiskey to, they absolutely devoured the whole thing. So,
Wow.
I tell you what, Chris, I haven't really drank alcohol in 4 years. I always been a drink here, a drink there, nothing big deal. I was always the ones where I see my friends drink, and after 3 beers, they were loaded. I go, no, you're not driving. There's no way. And this is a long time ago. And so I had a shot or two or a beer or two, and that was it. 4 hours later, I just drank early, and that was it. And then I had a good time for the rest of the day. And I'm always smiling. I have that kind of I always have a good time no matter what. I don't need alcohol to get me going. So I go, if you guys need something, you guys go ahead. I'm good. I'm good. I'll go out dancing. I don't need any alcohol. I'm good. And so for growing, I was never one to go get drunk or, totally blessed or need to drink or anything like that.
Yeah.
And, I've seen a lot of people get addicted to drugs or alcohol and things like that. So, yeah, for me, I could have a drink anytime I want. I'm not against it. But for me, getting ulcers off alcohol, there'll never be an issue. It doesn't really matter for me if it's there or not. Isla said it's 99 degrees.
Welcome in, Angela. Laura Lee says, I planted my zucchini too close to my crookneck squash, and they cross-pollinated yellow zucchini and green crookneck.
Oh, how about that? A crookneck.
That's interesting.
Yep. Well, how did it taste? Next year, because of my Achilles, I know I'm not growing as many plants. I'm going to spread stuff more far apart and more grow for my family. So instead of 3,000, 4,000 pepper plants I started, whatever it was, it'll be like I still want to grow 150 varieties of hot peppers, but maybe just have one plant of each and grow it really well instead of doing 60 of each or whatever it is. Except I want to grow that Leslie pepper. I'll grow a lot of those. I like giving stuff away too. So besides the vegetable stand I have in front of my house, or not this year, but in the past, just like seeds, I like to give away food. So by having a stand in front of the house, I have a donation stand, and sometimes you get a couple pennies out there, a couple dollars. Sometimes you'll be surprised and look there, there's $60, and but the amount of food I produced in the past and put it out there for people, it's so awesome. I would go to the gym and just give out everybody cucumbers or zucchini. Here you go. And they look at me, the zucchinis are like this big. And they're like, what is that? Oh my God. And it's just me being me. And it's funny, my sister, why do you grow so much zucchini? Well, this is who I am. This is like what I like to do. Give. I like to give. Give this away. Who else? So what movie are we going over today?
We are going to go over Chevy Chase Funny Farm.
Funny Farm. I tell you what, Chevy Chase.
I did see that Isla has a question on carrots.
Mm-hmm.
She says, we planted lots of seeds and let them grow. The carrots are smaller than a pinky. Too late to thin out smaller plants and leave larger to grow.
I would still thin out and just have some baby carrots, but still thin out and just let the other ones continue to grow. The hardest thing about growing carrots is you can't have weeds. So, because weeds take over for the carrot and they don't space right, get funny kind of shapes. I would totally clear that out and definitely thin them out if you want to grow a longer carrot. Carrots can stay in the ground for a long time. People grow carrots in the fall and they come out in the spring and pick in the spring. So you could do that. Just make sure there's no weeds. That's my biggest problem with growing onions or carrots is the weed factor. But you know what? Carrots are pretty cool for one thing, the funny shapes. You ever see some of the funny shapes of carrots? Or just look on and like on the internet, looks like somebody's hugging each other, you know, something else, another carrot's doing something else, or this or that. But the funny shapes are really funny.
I was just fixing to mention my grandmother had gotten some carrots, and one of them actually looked like a corkscrew. It was in a spiral.
Now,
hi, Dee's Creative Hands Crochet. Welcome in.
Welcome in. I bought carrots from Baker's Creek this year. It was part of one of my plans that never came to fruition. And the carrots grow this big, like 18 inches. Wow. And so I wanted to just keep on putting compost, put everything down, all light and new, tons of leaves, so they grow that deep. And then just totally unwrap everything because you can't pull that out. It'll break in half. But keeping everything in where I could break apart the outside and kind of work it, that was my plan. But 18-inch carrot, 18 to 24 inches. And I just wanted to see that thing and say, wow, I grew that. That's pretty cool. You know, Crystal, there's so much a correlation between the crocheting community and the gardening community. It's all linked together. You know, when I started my channel, it was like, okay, I want to do things I like to do. And what do you grow on a homestead? And so I was trying to put things together. And like if you lived out and there was no stores, what would the kids do? You know, or what could a family do? So okay, you need a garden. That's what I like to do. If you wanted to do clothes or see, when I think about homesteading, I think of my grandmother growing up, when I was growing up, doing all kind of crocheting and doing things like that. And that's what I thought. I'm like, you know what? Those times were my best times because it would be hot outside. My grandmother would be crocheting, making blankets or, doing things like that. And, you know what? Footsies, doing the little footsies, get those together or doing hats. It's some of the stuff. She go, okay, start doing this. And my grandmother, she came in over from Poland. And she goes, once I come over, I'll never speak a thing in Polish my rest of my life. I'm American now, which I really miss out because I don't know any Polish. I wish she taught me some Polish, The only thing I know Polish is kibasi and pierogies. What kind of Polish is that? Anyway, that's one of the things I wanted to do on my channel is get things that I used to do with my grandmother, doing the crochet things. Going fishing. Like if you lived out there and there was a pond, your father and son, what would they do? They'd go fishing. So it was a way to interlink family into my channel and to do things. Now, have I gone fishing in a long time? No. My days have been 24/7 pretty much yard, garden, and work, My fun level, I have to make it fun for myself because that's what I do. And what else do you do? Cooking. Like I never wanted to cook anything to cook yet. That's another thing I wanted to do. And I wanted to do stuff with sports. And that's another thing I never discussed. I coached 16 years of high school sports and football, baseball, and wrestling. Never talked at one iota in my channel. Like I never thought that was possible. Yeah. So all those things, when I try to get my channel together, that's what I really wanted to get going. You know, things that you've resolved around a family, from your grandmother to your parents to yourself and to your kids. And I thought that was it could be a building block off each other.
Yeah.
So anybody who, oh, I thought we had somebody else. That was just Nightbot. he's always in the chat.
I hope Mark feels better soon, Dee. My grandmother says I want to see and touch the soil that a 2 feet carrot can grow in. Wow.
To me, it has to be a lot of leaves and compost and perlite, things that just go right through the soil. You know, because any kind of blockage, the carrot's going to go this way and also whoop the other way. You know. Have I tried compost tea? A little variation of that, but not enough for my garden or mini farm is too big for that, and I don't have the time to do everything I want to do. But I have tried that in little sections. So yes, it does work, and it does get vitamins and your nutrients into the ground. So that works out. Compost tea is good, and it keeps the moisture in the ground too, which we really want. Hey, welcome in Barb's Country Home. Welcome in, Barb.
Hi, Barb. Welcome in. Lisa says it's been fun, being called to dinner. And welcome in, Grammy Colleen.
Welcome in. Welcome in, Grammy Colleen.
All right, so let's try to get to the movie trivia. I have some fun facts here, and the movie we're doing, in case you missed it, is Funny Farm with Chevy Chase. Hi, Niecy. Welcome in.
Hi, Niecy.
Let's see. I believe I read this movie is from 1988. It is also, let's see, where did it go? Chevy Chase says this is his favorite of his own movies that he's made. The movie was filmed during August, September, October, and November of 1987. So I guess it took 4 months.
See, I really like when
the plot of Andy's novel. It's okay.
I really liked the movies he did at that time. Chevy Chase was the actor that was really stood out wherever you went. Like, hey, that's Chevy Chase, you know? Between him and Eddie Murphy.
Yep.
You said 1987? What year did you say, Crystal? I think you said 87.
They filmed it in 87, but it was released in 88.
Okay. Around that time, everything was Eddie Murphy and Chevy Chase. And so when those movies came out, it was like, Chevy Chase in a movie, gotta go. You know, it's not like cable came out around 83. So everything was about going to the movies. And so that was, Chevy Chase was awesome at that time period. Actually, every time I think of Chevy Chase, I want to say Big Ben, Parliament, you know.
The plot of Andy's novel is identical to that of Ocean's 11 from 1960. So the movie that Chevy Chase is writing in this movie, the book he is writing in this movie is identical to Ocean's 11 from 1960. I'm trying to go through. There was 40 of these fun facts. I'm not sitting here reading all 40 of them.
That means I might get 5 right with the letter C.
Oh, this one was kind of interesting. Opened the same day as the now classic Tom Hanks comedy Big, 1988. 6 years later, Chevy Chase was offered the iconic role of Forrest Gump in 1994. But he started a policy at the time that he would do family-friendly movies only and passed on the role, which Hanks accepted it and earned him his second Oscar. Okay, well, most of the other ones talk about the towns that they were in or stuff like that or extras, so I'm not really gonna. But those I thought were kind of interesting.
That's some fun facts. Yeah, I think that's really cool. Welcome in, Passamaquoddy.
Hi, Cindy.
Yeah, I never knew that about Forrest Gump. That could have totally changed that movie. If Chevy Chase.
Yeah, there was actually another one. I remember now. They wanted Robin Williams to play Andy's character in Funny Farm.
Huh. Totally.
Let me see if I can find that. What does it exactly say?
Mark and Mindy with Robin Williams was amazing too. I thought that was a great show.
Yeah.
Nanu. Thank you, everybody, coming to the live today. We got 26 people in the chat. You guys are awesome.
Maybe it's under that.
Welcome in, Chris.
Hi, Chris. Welcome in. I know I read it somewhere. Now I can't even find it.
I tell you, Crystal, my eyes are really... I'm in that age where everybody gets like, you start to need glasses. And now it's like every time I read something like on a, say, a medical card with the IDs, I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh no, I can't see this. No matter if I had a hard time before, I would just need to focus for a couple seconds to get the ID numbers. Now it's like, oh, I give up. I give up. I can't see it. Oh no.
Okay, I found it. Director George Roy Hill had originally wanted Robin Williams, who he previously directed in The World According to Garp in 1982, to play Andy Farmer. However, when Williams received the script, he felt the character of Andy Farmer was too low-key for his comedy style. Williams was very close friends with Chevy Chase and suggested Hill offer him the role instead. And Hill enjoyed Chase's work in Fletch in 1985 and agreed to cast him.
Oh, wow. Another good fact. There were so many good movies.
I just can't see anybody else playing any of his parts, though. You know, it's like once you see a movie with a certain actor, you can't imagine somebody else in that role.
So true. So true. That goes with a lot of Tom Hanks movies too. A lot of his movies, I can't see anybody else doing. Yeah, it's so true with a lot of actors. Or Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know. I mean, to say that for it. You know, lift them up, I put them down. You know, I can't see another actor saying that. Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger had some of the greatest phrases ever.
Yep.
Oh my god. Yeah, so this is going to be very interesting to hear these answers to this because I wish I watched it before we did this live. They bring back some memories. Now I was like, oh no.
Alrighty. So question 1. Who is the actress that portrayed Elizabeth Farmer? A. Mary Jane Watson. B. Madeline Smith Osborne. C. Catherine Zeta-Jones. Or D. Sarah Jessica Parker. Brenda's watching Uncle Buck.
Don't forget to check my first one. That's interesting. You know, I'm not going to go with C. I'm going to change it up. Change it up. Because I don't think Zeta Jones was around that time period. So, and I'm probably wrong because once I change my answers, usually it's something usually goes back to that answer because I usually go with C. But I'm going to change it up and I'm going to go with B. Why? I have no idea.
Okay.
I just know I don't think it's going to be C. I don't think it's going to be D either. So I'm going to go with B. And watch it be C. I know it's going to be C. Let's see. What do we got in the chat?
Lizard's Treasure Trove said, can you please read that again? Okay, who is the actress that portrayed Elizabeth Farmer? And the options are A, Mary Jane Watson, B, Madeline Smith Osborne, C, Catherine Zeta-Jones, or D, Sarah Jessica Parker. And let's see, everybody. Sally says B. Chris say D. Angela says A. Brenda says B. No clue. D is going with your normal answer, C.
It's pretty. Sarah Jessica Parker had to be really young at that time. So she has to be around 50 something right now. And back in 87, she's probably about 17 years old. So that's my little thing I was trying to put in my head. Just 1987. Yeah. That's another reason why I went with B.
Jennifer says C. All right, so my chat just completely blanked out. Okay.
Oh no.
All right, so the answer to that question is B, Madeline Smith Osborne.
I can't believe it. I did reasoned right. I can't. Whoa. Okay, I marked that down as one correct.
All right, question 2. What was the name of the moving company that moved the farmers to Redbud? A, T&M Movers Incorporated. B, Thompson and Sons Freight Company. C, Triborough Movers Incorporated. Or D, Mack Brothers Moving Company.
I really have no clue. But I'm going to go with either C or D. And so I'm going to go with C. Because sometimes I do like C. C. It just looks like something that was written at that time for a company's name. Oh, we got 2 A's off the bat. I could be really wrong.
Well, Kay's going to guess A. So is Brenda. Angela's also guessing A. Sally, D, and Jennifer are guessing C. So you might be right.
It should be very interesting to see what the answer is. Hey, guys, if you're looking at me, don't copy after me, please. Usually I'm 95% wrong in these tests.
Cindy, Lulu's treasure trove's going to guess D. She says, I have no clue again. Melanie
right,
is going to guess C.
So we got 26 people in the chat, Crystal. That is awesome. Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Hey, at least you can keep up with the chat, though.
It's a little slower. No, I'm just joking.
On yours, it flies so quick. I have to keep it like halfway so it don't scroll. So I can scroll through it and read it.
Well, soon you'll be like, oh my God, this is way too fast.
Alrighty, so I think everybody has answered that's going to guess. And the answer to question 2 is C, Triborough Movers Incorporated.
Woohoo! So far, my reasoning is really working. That's the most I got in any of your lives.
Okay, question 3. What was the... About to almost couldn't read my own handwriting there. What was the title of the book Andy was writing for Hugh, Nagel, and Brown? A, How to Knock Over a Casino. B, The Casino Heist. C, The Big Heist. Or D, Did Not Have a Title Yet.
I'm going to go with B.
Caitlin says she's going to copy Joe's answer.
That's crazy. Absolutely crazy to copy me. Reminds me of chemistry. Here, I got a story to tell you. This is pretty funny. So I had chemistry in college, right? When everybody's thinking about this, think about this. So I'm in chemistry, and I wasn't the greatest student. I was passing, getting everything by. So I'm studying chemistry. First 2 tests, I thought I knew every single answer I could think of for the exams. The first one, I had a 67. I'm like, oh, I can't believe I got a 67. People are copying me in class, and I got a 67. Next test, I got like a 68. And then I went to one of the few parties I went to in college. And I go, I'm going to bring my book to the party and study and drink and have a good time. I got totally trashed. Took the test. I got a 97. I go, I found out how to do chemistry. You get loaded. You have chemistry. You can learn chemistry really well. Get loaded. I did the same thing with the final. Went to a party with the everybody's looking at me. I'm studying and drinking. Took the final. I got like an 87 or something like that. I'm like, oh, this is great. That's something I needed to do was relax when I studied. I knew everything, but I got the equation right. Okay, enough with that. So B, I think B is the answer.
Okay. I forgot. Okay. Let's see what everybody says. D's creative hands says C. Jennifer says A. Sally says D. Brenda says B. Angela says D. Lulu, Cindy says C. And Melanie says D. The correct answer is C. The big heist.
Oh, we got a couple answers right.
All
You
right.
got D's creative hand crochet. She guessed C, and Lulu's treasure trove with the C.
Mm-hmm.
Congrats.
Yeah, D goes, I don't think that strategy will work for me studying. I don't think so either. For me, anyway.
Never. I wish I studied like that all the time.
Oh, and by the way, tomorrow is Dee's Creative Hands Crochet's monetization party at 5 p.m. Central Time. Just a reminder. Let's see. We did question 3. Okay. Question 4. What was the name of the drunken mailman who always threw the mail out on the road? A. Dirk Criterion. B. Crumb Petrie. C. Calvin Peterbrook. Or D. Gus Loiterhand.
I'm going to choose A. And the only reason why I choose A is not because I know it. It's because Chevy Chase sounds like he would do something with this video, and Dirk would go up write his name because it's so different.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as you guys know, I totally forgot this. I watched it 20 years ago, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So
I think it's been at least a year or two for me since I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Kaylin goes, I'm not copying for this time. Melanie says my fiance was wrong.
Case Crochet Heaven's so smart right now. She learned her lesson right off the beginning. Don't copy after Joe. Then we got 3 other choices to choose from. Your odds are now increased.
Valerie's gonna guess B. Brenda's guessing A. Kaylin, D. Sally are guessing B. D's Creative Hands is saying C. Angela's gonna guess B. Jennifer is guessing C. And the answers, Cindy, A. Dirk Kreiter. How did I say that before? Kryderon, I don't know. B. Crumb Petrie. C. Calvin Peterbrook. Or D. Gus Loiterhand. Melanie's going to guess A, and Laura Lee has never seen it.
This should be very interesting to see.
One of my favorite movies is Three Amigos with Steve Martin, Chevy Chase, and Martin Short.
Yeah, don't they do like the thing where it goes, whatever? I don't know what the thing was with the Three Amigos. How did it do the Three Amigos thing? I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. Well, Kay says, I haven't seen it either. I'm just guessing. Alrighty, so the answer to question 4 is B. Crumb Petrie was the mailman's name.
See, we all know. We just forgot.
Sally Horner says Steve Martin is my favorite. I know I might have mentioned this before, but if you have Hulu, there's a new series out with Steve Martin and Martin Short called Only Murders in the Building. That is so good.
When was the last time Steve Martin didn't have gray hair? Like, when was the earliest movie? I never remember Steve Martin without gray hair. Have you?
Exactly.
What year?
I don't ever remember seeing him without gray hair.
I mean, I think he's been in them. I remember movies in the 80s, and he still looks the same today. I don't think there's any difference. He had some really good movies, Steve Martin.
Let's see. Question 5. What does Andy catch in the pond when he goes fishing? A snake. B, a duck. C, an old shoe. Or D, his writing chair.
That's a tough one. I don't think it's going to be a duck. A snake. I'll go with A, the snake. There you go. Sally loves the jerk.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite movies. The part where him and the lady are sitting on the beach or on, and he's like, "You do," and just the way he says it, "You are," I don't know if y'all remember that scene from The Jerk, but oh my God, I love that scene.
See, everybody's getting very smart. Nobody copied after me. See, it's very smart of you guys. It should be interesting in the chair. Is the chair the answer?
Let's see. D's needle and hook says D. D's creative hands says C. Brenda and Kaylin say D. Cindy says C. Melanie loved the jerk too. Sally is going to guess shoe, which was C. Angela's guessing B. Amber Alert just popped up on my phone.
Oh, no. I tell you what, when you hear that alert, it kind of totally wakes you up. You're like, whoa, what's that? On your phone. Totally get alerted, that's for sure.
And I have absolutely no cell phone service on my phone. I just strictly use it on Wi-Fi or filming my videos, and I still get Amber Alerts.
I tell you, we got an Air Force base around us too, and nothing to do with the phone. But once in a blue moon they get low, and you're like, "Oh no, what the heck is that?" Because they're so low. You're just not used to seeing them that low, and you just kind of you got to go outside and look and see how low it got. Alert! Alert! Oh, we got Melanie. She did choose A. So,
all right. So the correct answer for question 5, what did he catch in the pond, was A, a snake.
Woohoo! Crystal, this is the best I have ever done. 3. That's crazy. Never had 3 before. I've been on your lives doing this, and You know, those C's. I'm lucky to get one. Wow. I'm impressed. Wow.
Alrighty. Question 6. What was the last name of the couple that the farmers bought the house from? A. Musselman, B. Brown, C. Culbertson, or D. Montego?
Well, that's some really odd names. I'm going to go with C. I'm going to go with C. It's funny when they put these scripts together and they say, figure out a name, just put here. What goes with the character or whatever goes around. What could we do? Yeah, I'm definitely going to go with C.
Valerie's guessing C also. And so is Kay and Brenda.
Oh my God, this is unbelievable.
And so is Angela and Lulu. D. Needle and Hookborough says D because let's go to Montego Bay. Sally's going to guess B.
I would love to go to Montego Bay right now. That'd be awesome. Actually, I'd just like to go to Jersey Shore. I tell you what, I was going to have a meetup this year, and I really wanted to have a meetup in my house and stuff like that. Too bad I got injured. But I was thinking about having a meetup at the Jersey Shore. And the Jersey Shore in not the hot periods, but like in April or in October, something like that. It's still warm, especially October. But you could get a 20-person house or 25-person house for $3,000. And if everybody contributed like $100, if you have a family of 4, it's $400, whatever it was, and supplied food, that's a pretty cool family vacation or meetup. And it doesn't really cost you. Yeah. Like right now, if you got a house down the Jersey Shore, it could cost $20,000 for a week. And you're talking about if you do it out of season, it could cost $2,000 or $3,000. You know, imagine having a meetup down the Jersey Shore and having everybody together and houses all connected on a beach, 80-degree upper 70, low 80s in the day. A little cooler at night, but wow, that'd be amazing if something happened like that. To everybody meet and greet everybody and have a good time for a week. Might get a little crowded in the house, but that's okay. So what do we got for an answer?
The answer to that one is A, Musselman.
Hey, congrats, Angela Wright. No, she got C too. I'm going blind. Whoops. Nobody chose A.
Yeah, I think I noticed that.
Welcome in, Yarnbarf.
Hi, Christy. Welcome in. Bye, Laura Lee. Have a great weekend, too.
Have a good one.
No shore for me. I am too fair, blonde, almost white. I burn too easy. All right. Question 7. What kind of book did Elizabeth write behind Andy's back? And what was the name of the squirrel? A cookbook, and the squirrel's name was Eddie. B, a mystery novel, and the squirrel's name is Alice. C, children's book, and the name of the squirrel was Andy. Or D, a survival book, and the squirrel was named Edgar?
Oh, that's a tough one. I have no reason for that one at all. So if I have no reason, we're going to go with C.
D. Needle Hook and Borrow says, have you ever been to Carlos Bakery? I watched their cake shows.
I got a follower the other day. His name was Yo Boy Smooth, right? And he's a rapper, and he makes things up. Like he'll talk to you, and he can just rap a song and do things like that. And all of a sudden, I started following, like, man, I wish I had that gift where I could just rap, or just put words together that make sense and just keep on going with it. And I'm looking at this guy, I'm like, man, you know, these people are actually they're so smart. They don't really even know it. People like your boy Smooth. And I was in driving Uber one time, and this guy's they're just going rapping off each other for 30 minutes. And they go, okay, driver, your turn. And all of a sudden, I tried to start rapping. I did not make any sense at all. And I wish I knew what the hell I was talking about. But I was just going with the flow. And they were like, oh, go. And I'm like, oh, man, this will be the last time I ever rap in my life. This is never going to work. Okay, so what do we got, Crystal?
Kay's guessing D. Sally, Valerie, Brenda guessed C. Angela's guessing A. Lulu is guessing C. All right, so the answer to that one is C. Children book, and the squirrel's name was Andy.
4. I got 4, Crystal. I'm marking it down. I got to write this on my wall, so if I ever get anything more than this in my life on your channel, this could be the day.
All right, question 8. What was the name of the cafe where the farmers took the prospective house buyers for dinner? A. Lily's, B. Annie's, C. Ivy's, or D. Ida's?
You know what's funny? Listen to all those names. I never heard any place ever called that in my entire life. All 4 of those. Maybe Andy's, but Ivy's. You know, I'm gonna go with Andy's because I never heard any of those other places anywheres, anyway, whatever. So I'm gonna go with Andy's. B.
D said, I asked Joe about Carlos Bakery because they're in Jersey.
Oh, I did hear that. That's the Cake Boss place. That's in Red Bank, isn't it? Carlos Bakery. I think it's in. My wife's somebody that she's related to was with the Cake Boss place. I'm not exactly sure of the correlate. I forgot what it was, but somebody on that show, the Cake Boss, she's related to somewhere, and so that's pretty interesting. But yes, I definitely heard of the Cake Boss. I love cooking shows, and every time you got Emerald starting off with the bam cooking, I definitely love cooking shows. Bam.
Melanie loves Cake Boss.
Yeah, I find it very fascinating what they do. Now, when my uncle came from Poland, he had a bakery actually too, um,
Hmm.
and he owned a bakery. And he would, I have no idea how he got there because of course, I wasn't alive, but it was at least an hour, an hour walk if he walked there. I can't even imagine some people walking an hour today to get to work, which is kind of
No. Yeah.
fascinating to me.
All right. Valerie is guessing D. Angela's guessing C. Sally saying D. Brenda saying B. Kay is saying C. Uh, and Lulu wants me to read it again. Which one was I on? Oh. What was the name of the cafe where the farmers took the prospective house buyers for dinner? A. Lily's, B. Annie's, C. Ivy's, or D. Ida's. My mom used to watch. It was one cooking show. Well, she watches several of them, but I like the Halloween ones where they have to sculpt cake and use the glass and stuff and have to make scenes and stuff.
Mhm.
Halloween baking, no, Halloween Wars, and then also Halloween Baking Championship. I like those.
Yeah, they're definitely fascinating. How creative can you get on it and not break apart and stay neat,
Yeah.
right? What kind of cake do you like? Do you like chocolate, vanilla, plain, extra sweet? What kind of cake do you like?
Mostly I like chocolate, but um, there's devil food and um, sometimes yellow with chocolate icing.
Mhm. That sounds good. You know what? This is pretty funny.
What's your favorite?
This- I love chocolate, but not super sweet, like where you just like take a bite and like, oh man, after two bites you're done. You know, I like I like chocolate and vanilla, chocolate frosting. For like a dessert, this is going to be crazy because everybody I met out of my family find this really disgusting, and I absolutely love it. But you know, you have chocolate and graham cracker, chocolate pudding and graham cracker. Well, my grandmother did. She put applesauce in it to make it sweeter. Not a lot of applesauce,
Mhm.
just like a small layer, and the chocolate gets that
Mhm.
much sweeter. And with graham cracker, it just gels together. So she would make a graham cracker, chocolate, applesauce, then do another layer, the same thing, and top it off with chocolate. And you have some of that, oh man, you'll get some sugar in you. You'll be like all energized. Let's go. But my grandmother used to do that all the time, and I try to
All
carry
the
it on.
time.
But my son and my wife look at it like, "What are you crazy? I'll have the chocolate and graham cracker. That's about it. No applesauce." Applesauce totally turns them off. So, what do we got for an answer?
Well, Lulu was guessing B, and Melanie got a guess in. She says D, and the answer is C. Ivy's.
Ah, I know it.
Brenda's favorite is chocolate or yellow cake, and Valerie's is angel food and pound cake.
That sounds good.
All right. Question 9. Bill Fagerback or Bake, I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name, who portrayed Lon Kryterin, played in which long-running sitcom? A. Family Ties, B. Coach, C. Major Payne, or D. Cheers. Mayonnaise cake is delicious. Never had that.
I never had that. What is in mayonnaise cake? I like mayo, but I never heard of it in a cake. What could be a mayonnaise cake? And Crystal, you're going to need to read that one off again.
Okay. Bill Fager, I guess is back. I don't know. Who portrayed Lon Kryteron, played in which long-running sitcom? A. Family Ties. B. Coach. C. Major Payne. Or D. Cheers. My grandmother's yelling from the back room saying, it is delicious. She's made it before. And the mayonnaise cake.
It's what we used to do when we didn't have eggs.
It's okay.
We used to make that when we didn't have eggs because mayonnaise is made out of eggs. And it really tastes good.
Okay. Oh, that sounds good.
There you go.
Whatever your grandmother makes, I know I would love. So I'm right with her.
Oh. Let's see. Sally says D. Brenda says A. Kaylin says B. Valerie says D. And Angela says D.
I'm going to go with D too. I'm going to go with D.
And Brenda's grandma used to make it.
Yeah, I never heard that before. Mayonnaise cake. But it makes total sense with the eggs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
See, it's interesting because I'm trying to get answers around what we're talking about, 1987, 1988. What did your grandmother say?
I don't know. She laughed at something.
Whatever your grandmother makes, I love. I'm fixing to show them the biscuit I made.
She was laughing at I think she's lagging a little bit behind. She was laughing at whatever your grandmother makes, I would probably like. She's going to bring in one of her biscuits that she makes and show you.
Awesome.
Welcome back, Dee's Creative Hands.
Can you see it's as big as a plate almost?
That's
huge. A dinner plate.
That is huge.
That's normal around here.
Yeah. One of my subscribers calls them cat head biscuits.
I'll pet it. then go.
All right, so the answer to that one was B, Coach.
Oh, I should know that. I used to watch Coach Roll.
Yeah, I've actually watched that. I watched Coach, I watched Family Ties, and I've watched Cheers.
Same here. You can't go wrong
I'm
with
sticking
any
my
of
nose in here. Do you ever sprout these? Hi, honey. Do you ever sprout these garlic cloves? You take it apart.
Yeah, you take it apart.
Did you ever sprout any of these?
Yes.
And grow them?
Yes.
Isn't it awesome? I mean,
think it's awesome.
They're this tall. Well, I can't get in the thing. You know, they're like 5 inches, 6 inches tall in like 3 days.
Yeah, they grow fast.
Yes.
It's totally amazing.
Yes, it's awesome. And they're 50 cents. 50 cents at the store.
Yeah, you just go to an organic place and, get your garlic and tear it apart.
No,
she's giving me a look.
You have to wait a couple of seconds. There's a big lag in between.
I'm old. I don't have time to lag. Bye.
I'm sorry.
My face
I
hurts.
tell you what, getting garlic like that, Never buy garlic at a place in a magazine because they're expensive. Just go buy some garlic at an organic place, and there you go. You should be fine growing garlic. Just take it apart and bam. Grandma, it's so much cheaper. Hey, Nisi's back. Now, one of the reasons why I ever got back on YouTube talking to people and doing things I do is because of Nisi. So I always, when I see Nisi, Nisi is like a partner to me, especially with the injuries we have. We're like partners in crime, or a little bit in a way, because we were only 1 day difference in our surgeries. So that's very interesting.
Sorry.
That was my sister-in-law and a dog.
Says she wants one of those biscuits with some jam.
I'll see what I do.
She'll see what she can do, Dee.
Friday night treat.
All right, the last question. I think I might all get this one right. What successful series of films did Chevy Chase star in? A, Indiana Jones movies. B, vacation movies. C, Back to the Future movies. Or D, Beverly Hills Cops movie.
B. Big Ben, Parliament. Oh, good night, Nisi. Yeah, between Free Handling Made, Nisi, and Gail Southern Living's the reasons why I started doing lives and doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, just go ahead. You're perfect for it, you know? And I was like, I'll just do my videos, free seeds, and that's it. No, go to lives and do that and do this. I'm like, okay. I'm a good listener. So far, we're very consistent with the B's. Look at that.
Mm-hmm. Everybody said B, which y'all are correct. National Lampoon's Vacation, Christmas Vacation, European Vacation.
I need a vacation.
And I had forgot to open a tab, but all right, we're gonna have to wrap.
Crystal, you're really lagging right now. Nothing's even coming out. On my end, I don't hear anything. Hi, Tammy.
Now,
Well, there's your voice. There you go.
oh, now it turned my volume down. Mike.
I can hear you now.
Okay, good.
Yep,
But I can't hear you. It turned my volume down, so I gotta try to open a window and turn it back up.
So I saw your mom come in.
Hi,
Tammy.
Robin, Rover. Welcome in.
So in the chat, everybody says we sound good now.
Okay. All right. I was trying to open Nightbot to draw a winner, and the darn thing, anything else.
Oh no. You know, it's so weird because the internet's supposed to be so fast right now. And because of the war and a crazy world we live in, everything just got like went back 5 years instead of ahead 5 years, where it was supposed to be progressing. I don't understand why it could be so slow when you have other countries with no phone lines and everything's like so much faster. I have no idea why that is happening here.
Okay, this is not pulling up my chat on Nightbot.
Okay.
Saying no chat available. I don't know if it can still pick a winner or not. But we'll try it. All right, so I had already put in my mark. If you want to be in the drawing to win a pattern, put the word funny, Funny. The movie, Anita, was Funny Farm.
Funny Farm. Oh, if anybody ever has an ankle injury or going to need surgery, get the scooter. This scooter is awesome. If I had to go on crutches, I would have never survived the last couple of weeks just using crutches. But the scooter, PJ Scelfo says, you know, I can't give you any money or something like that, but this is my way to support you. So PJ bought me a scooter. Look, see, I got the basket. Look at that basket. The only thing I'm missing is a horn. Everybody says I need a horn. You know, honk, honk. So I'm at work or wherever I'm going, and he goes, oh, that is so adorable. Look at Joe on a scooter. And everybody said when I started using it, you know, once you don't need it anymore, you're going to get really good going around those turns. But this scooter was awesome with mine. If you have a fractured ankle or, you know, mine was Achilles or something with the foot, this really gets you around. And it's extremely helpful. Yeah.
My mom says, you need a horn, Joe. I think
know.
that's what the symbol is.
I wanted one of those horns that play music for different situations. I mean, I can imagine how much fun I could have. I'll be scooting all over the place. I would travel a mile if this had a horn. Just scoot around, playing music at people. That'd be comical. That's me. I can imagine music I could play out of that.
All right. Since only 2 people entered, Kaylin and Angela, I'll both give y'all each a pattern. So email me. Y'all both have my emails.
Congratulations, Kay and Angela.
So, let's see. Tomorrow is Dee's Creative Hands Crochet's monetization party at 5 p.m. Central Time. And then Sunday, the 5 Yarnaholics go live on Cindy of Pups and Crochet's channel. And that's at 3 p.m. Tomorrow, I will be releasing a video for my pattern giveaway. I am fixing to release Max the Martian. So look out for that video. And Joe's going to be having a video come out soon for the winner of the zucchini contest. Is there anything else going on? You need to, oh yeah, Sunday Fun Day. Are we doing it this week?
Yes, I'll have my registration video out sometime tomorrow. Just leave a comment, and so you guys can be put on the wheel, and we'll go for probably an hour and a half. Somewhere around that time again. Hour and a half on Sunday. So Sunday starts at 7 o'clock. So it's hard. It's so hard to get through school when I don't drive. I can't drive. Around September, I'll be able to drive. So I'm like, I see some deals at Michael's or something like that around the corner. I'm like, I can't get there. So I kind of backed up a little bit. God bless you.
Glad you enjoyed the live, Angela. Have a great night, everyone. Take care and stay safe. And thank you, Joe, for coming live with me. It's been a pleasure having you as my guest.
Well, thank you for having me. That was a lot of fun. And thank you for everybody coming to, taking your time on a Friday night to watch this and chatter in. I think you guys are awesome. Thank you. And thanks,
Crystal, everyone. You're very welcome, and thank you again. Have a great night, everybody.
Have a good night. Bye, everyone.